Davika, that one was for you. Hi, happy Wednesday. How are we doing? Oh my gosh, y'all, you're killing me. Let's try that again. How are we doing? That is so much better. Today is an amazing day. We have so much incredible stuff for you during team meeting. Amazing. You will also happen to notice that we are getting ready to launch, and we are so excited for something called Red Day. Show of hands, how many of you have participated in Red Day in the past? I love that. Good news. If you're like, Cara, I have no idea what Red Day is, we're going to talk about it today, and you're going to learn more about it from our amazing culture committee. And then at the end of today's meeting, we're going to have a fun new launch and surprise for you all. So stick with us because we have a lot of great content. So first things first, we always talk about our Y4C2Ts, okay? So I want you to be thinking about something that happened in the last week, where this showed up. Were you working with a great co-op agent? Did someone do something special for you? So who has an example of where the Y4C2Ts showed up in our life in the last week? I yell it.
Communication. I'm working with an agent that this is our second transaction together. And we found out that because we worked together in the past, we had very clear communication that we. Thank you, sir. I've been working with this agent second time on a transaction. Both time I'm the listing agent. Communication had been phenomenal because we're very clear, concise, and we're open.
Yep.
And so that makes a very, very, very big difference and actually contribute to the win-win.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Y'all, you would be surprised, right? Selling season is here, spring is hot, and you want to make sure that you are always taking the high road, right? You're operating at the highest level of integrity, and there's nothing that can't be figured out through the Y4C2Ts. Now, who's got something good to share? Because I know a lot has happened, and I'm actually going to kick us off while you think about it. So, our very own Lindy Moore. Who knows Lindy Moore? Show of hands. Yeah. Lindy Moore is incredible, y'all. So she runs our top team here in the office, and she was just named VP of Growth for the organization Her Best Life, which is headed up by Wendy Papazan and some incredible women in our organization. So if you see Lindy, wish her congratulations, and we're super proud of her. Yeah, way to go. That's amazing. Yay. And if you're standing in the back, come on in, grab a seat. We got a whole hour of great content. Nanette, you had something good to share.
Yes, so I had a quiet listing,
Yep.
if you will, over in Dunwoody, and we were able to get enough people through, get a great offer for my sellers. They didn't have to come in and paint and do professional photography and all that kind of stuff. And so we got through the due diligence, and the following day, those sellers turned into buyers.
Nice.
And they had been eyeing a home, and we went under contract. So I've got back-to-back closings later this month.
Yeah, I love that. Congratulations. Which go ahead, it answers my next question of who's had a closing and who has a closing. It's a hot market. Show of hands. I love that. Ooh, Phil, Michael, Kira, Deanna. Ooh, I love this. Y'all, congratulations. I will tell you right now, if you are not finding that traction, talk to any of these people who have deals going on, because the business is out there and it is ready for you. Would you agree? Yes, I love this. I'm seeing the head nods.
I'm totally going to jump in, and I'm going to give Zod a shout out for just having his
Please.
first listing go live.
Yay!
Maggie just signed a BBA.
Woohoo!
And Seema Cyrus, if you're watching, just went under her third contract. in
Yeah,
like 3 months, so
congratulations.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your coach matters. We love you. Stop it. Keep on coming. I love that. And Corey, we are so appreciative for you. Thank you so much. Y'all, congratulations. Let me tell you, the agents that have come in the last year, I know we're doing a lot of hand raising today. If you've come in the last year, raise your hand. Because I will tell you, and y'all, I'm a little biased. Yeah, they're crushing it. Like, they are absolutely crushing it. And we are so proud of you. So whenever you need anything, we are here for you. Okay? Now,
Thank you before Red Day.
yes, please.
Okay. Thank you to Luke, Phil, and Melissa. They brought an amazing class, Supreme Lending, the condo class. If they bring it again, you have to go because
that.
there's gonna be a situation where you're gonna handle a condo, and if you do not know all the information that they've just given us, God bless you.
A big shout out, and I'll tell you, they're amazing. They had a phenomenal trainer who came available, and she had an open slot, and they were like, we want to bring this to First Atlanta immediately. And so a shout out to the Supreme team for bringing it here, because she could have gone anywhere. And we're going to make sure that we get back on Lisa Spencer's calendar to get that class, because there are a lot of new rules around condos, and we're just fortunate that Supreme has this kind of training at the ready for us. So we thank you so much.
And one more, Charles Thomas Flyers has a listing increase.
Yes! There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our amazing culture committee, and they are going to talk to you about Red Day. And we have a phenomenal guest with us as well. And so we're going to launch our partnership with our Red Day project. And I'm going to turn it over to Deanna and Nanette. Let's give them some love.
Go Red Day. Go Red.
Who wants the clicker?
We're sorry that we're not dressed in red. That was our bad. So we wanted to just mention that Red Day has become something that everybody in the office, if you've been around for a long time, you look forward to this day in May. And we're celebrating, it's in honor of Mo Anderson's birthday, but it's always done the second Thursday of May every year. So you can put it on your calendar. And we have done a lot of service projects in the past. It's a great way to get to meet other agents. You get to wear cool Red Day t-shirts.
Yes.
And you get fed, and it's great. But it's a way to get beside your other agents and go and provide to the community. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, it's amazing because obviously you're going out into the community and you're helping others, people that are in need. So Mo, she wanted to do this special day in honor of her birthday to have everyone with Keller Williams throughout the world, all Keller Williams agents or centers, whatever market centers to
Yes, it's all around the world.
all around
Yeah.
the world.
And if you're not familiar with who Mo Anderson is, so if you're newer to our company in the last year, Mo Anderson is vice chairwoman of the board. She's also been a CEO with us in Keller Williams, and so she really partnered with Gary from almost the inception of our company. So she is a stronghold for culture in our company, and we lovingly call her the Velvet Hammer. Yes,
Yeah.
that
She
is Mo.
Adorable. She's the sweetest.
That's
lady
where our
ever.
Y4C2Ts come from, and
Yeah.
Mo ensures that culture stays in our company.
And so let's take a quick video.
Yes.
Check
This,
this out, this video.
this is a previous year.
Go ahead and
This is
push the
from last
button.
year. Oh, can I press the button and start it? Really?
No, you fast forward. What?
I got it. Let's see.
So this is last year. We went to the Covenant House. I don't know how many agents we had that day, but I felt like it was 30 plus.
I think we had closer to 50. It was like 50 or 60.
I think 30 of us were just in that shed outside. You see that shed? You should see it after it's over.
A little bit of sweat equity, if you will.
Yes. Oh,
Oh my God.
and there was a.
I had a lot of fun that day. Awesome.
And so this year we are going back to CAC, which is Community Action.
Assistance Center. Community
Yeah.
Assistance Center.
Good thing we got Cameron here.
And that I have to say, so Cameron came and spoke to us a couple of years ago about CAC, and I was really touched when he was talking about the number of people, which he'll go into, in Dunwoody and Sandy Springs that are food insecure every day. Think about that. And so I live very close to the Dunwoody office where it is more of a food bank. And so I enlisted my neighbors, knocked on doors, and have, been delivering on a fairly consistent basis some extra food there. So I'm kind of glad we're going back to CAC.
Yeah. It's
Introduce him.
This is Cameron.
Hi, Cameron. Welcome to the family. Y'all give him some real love. Cameron does amazing work every day.
Thank you for having me back again. I appreciate it. And I thank you all for thinking of us on Red Day. I think it's special. I didn't know the background of it, so I loved hearing that. And that's what CAC really is. And they both did get the name right. We actually did start off as a Community Action Center back in 1987, and we changed our name to the Community Assistance Center to basically avoid any political connotations, because we're not political at all, or religious either, for that matter. But that being said, we actually were started by 5 congregations in the area. And today we have 27 different partners all throughout Sandy Springs and Dunwoody, of churches, of congregations across Christianity, Judaism, non-denominational. And the reason we are here, we are the largest health and human services nonprofit in Sandy Springs and Dunwoody, the 2 communities that we're tasked with serving. And the reason we are here is because, sadly, exactly as Nanette mentioned, there's a huge need in our community. 1 in 13 live beneath the poverty line in these 2 amazing affluent communities. 1 in 8 are food insecure on a daily basis. 1 in 8, so 160,000 people combine those 2 communities. That's just under 20,000 people. To me, that's shocking. It should never happen in America, much less the world, but definitely not in these 2 communities that the median income is $93,000. So what we don't see is basically between Abernathy and Northwood Drive, there's about 25,000 on Roswell Road. There's about 25,000 different apartments, condos that we don't see. They're back off the road. And so we see the $1 million homes, and that's the ones obviously I know you want to sell and buy, and you guys are doing a great job of that. But it's all these other people that really make Sandy Springs and Dunwoody the communities they are. Sandy Springs has actually just consistently been rated, and Dunwoody is as well, but they're consistently rated as one of the top cities in the country to live in. They actually just made the top 20 list again, which I think is fantastic. That's a testimony to all of you in our community. What are we here for? We're here to help people get over a crisis. And we are not here for long-term care. We are here really just to help people get over whatever their crisis is. Is it in a car accident, a job loss, a health issue, a divorce? Whatever it might be, it's just to help them get back on their feet. Everything we do is about compassion with dignity. And it's trying to get back on your feet. And we are very dependent on volunteers. We're only 18 staff members, actually 19 now, but we have about 405 regular volunteers, and then we partner with a lot of different organizations that you saw, that I went through very quickly, from local government to, fortunately, Sandy Springs is actually the #1 headquartered Fortune 500 companies in the country, which Atlanta as a whole is #3 overall, but Sandy Springs as a little city is #1, which I think that's phenomenal. In the perimeter area, I should say, sorry. So it's not just Sandy Springs. But, I mean, you see all the different other congregations, corporations, everything that's in there. Why is there such a big demand? We've seen a 33% increase in demand in the last year. And that is, #1 is inflation. The CPI, the Consumer Price Index, is up 26 as of prior to today, year over year. Today, it's going to be announced, and all indications are it's still going up, sadly. So inflation rates are not going down. Mortgage rates aren't going down, unfortunately. So I know that's not great for buyers or sellers, but hopefully that'll change here. But the worst is people are having to move out of Sandy Springs, Dunwoody. They can't afford to live here anymore. And so we're here to try to help that. I told you about the 1 in 13 that are below the poverty line, unfortunately. I talked about the need that we have. We saw a 34% increase last year of people that we helped. And we touched 8,000 and almost 8,600 different people in one capacity or another. The very first thing that we do is give financial assistance to those that need it. And we do that to residents of Sandy Springs, Dunwoody. They have to show a lease whether it's a mortgage, whether it's a condo, an apartment, a house, whatever it might be, but they have to live in Sandy Spring, Dunwoody to get our financial assistance. And we want to know what the crisis is. We want to know what their long-term plan is. They have to have skin in the game. They have to show ownership and how to help them remember that idea about compassion with dignity. Get back on your own 2 feet. So, and we pay only their landlord, their mortgage company, or their utility. We never pay the client directly. All that money comes from the community, from all the different organizations you saw, plus our thrift store. We have a very wonderful thrift store that for any of you that like to thrift shop, please come on in. It's fantastic. I shop there frequently. Unfortunately, I'm not wearing anything from there today, but I do shop there. And we'll have brand new Lululemon, Jimmy Choo shoes, high-end jewelry, Prada purses. I mean, it's the gamut. I've seen some amazing people come in and donate brand new items. One of my favorite stories, I'll very quickly tell you, is that one Saturday I was closing the shop, and this woman drives up in this very high-end 8 Series BMW and looks brand new. She jumps out. She's got on a beautiful Prada jumpsuit. And she says, "Hey, are you still open?" I said, "Of course." She says, "Well, that's great because I have 7 bags of brand new clothes and shoes. And most of them are brand new. You'll see the tags on them. And I want to donate them to you." I'm like, "Great, thank you." She says, "Yeah, my husband just called me and said he's leaving me for somebody else. And he wants me to send all of his clothes to Singapore. So I'm bringing them to you." And she was right. It was brand new clothes in one place. And we have people that give all kinds of
That's awesome. So. Fun fact, by the way. So when we volunteered last year at CAC, I went in, or 2 years ago. I went in, and my daughter was 3 at the time, and I went in and I said, "Great, what is she going to need for the next few years?" And let me tell you, y'all had everything. She still wears her ballet outfits, everything, and it's all from the CAC shop. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Kara. And Michael Bunch, who some of you might know, and you should know if you don't, but actually he was doing a clothing drive in the neighborhood, or a drive. It wasn't just limited to clothing. It was food, clothing, and a few other things. And he said this resident reached out to him and said, told this story about how CAC literally saved her life. And she was on her last legs and literally depressed, everything else, and she reached out to us, and we did a multitude. We reached out to her in a multitude of ways, and she wanted to share with Michael that she wouldn't be here today without CAC. And honestly, it gives me goosebumps to hear that story and hear all these other ones too, because this is what it's all about. I'd worked for a Fortune 500 company in the area, actually a private company in the area, for a long time. But when I came to CAC, just volunteering one day, like what you guys are going to do on Red Day, I loved it so much that I wanted to keep on volunteering. And fortunately, finally, a position opened up. But what you know, and if you don't know, you'll find out on Red Day or any other day that you volunteer. But volunteering gives more. You get more out of volunteering than what you're actually giving. And all studies show that, and it's truly an amazing thing. I mean, you'll make friends with, obviously on Red Day, you're going to see colleagues that you might not know. You might see them in a different light. You might just see them really working hard and learning something new about them. So it's a fun day. I loved watching Red Day 2 years ago, and it was a blast seeing you all.
And so I wanted to follow up. Let's talk about what we're going to do. Or do you want to talk about that?
Sorry, I just want to talk very quickly. Sorry. The best ways that we can use your help. I mentioned the financial assistance, but we have a thrift store. And in that thrift store, we'd love to have you donate anything from household goods to clothing for kids, moms, dads, parents, everybody, as well as anything really that you can think of that a family would need in the area. It was just mentioned about diapers. We love diapers. We like formula. We also have a food pantry. We gave out just under 870,000 pounds of food last year. So there's a multitude of ways. There are other ways those are ways just for the community, just for clients. We also have, and the the thrift store is actually open to everybody. So while we get vouchers to our clients, the thrift store is open to everybody. Food pantry is only open to clients. So, but I did want to mention, we also have youth programs. So you can adopt families. We give out brand new backpacks in the fall. And so every kid that needs a brand new backpack gets a brand new backpack filled with school supplies. That's another way you can always give back. And then we give VITA tax help. Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. We did just under $800,000 in tax refunds to people, and those are qualified through the IRS and through United Way. And we do adult education classes. That's open to anybody. We teach 7 different levels of English as a second language. We also teach Microsoft Office Suite and financial literacy, how to balance a budget, how to balance a checkbook, and how to possibly set money aside to invest, maybe to buy a house. So we also have, our newest is a career center. That's open to anybody in the community. And you actually don't even need to live in Sandy Springs or Dunwoody for any of these ladder offerings that we do, ladder programs. But let's talk about Red Day, what you guys are going to be doing. And our thrift, you're coming to our main site, our thrift store and our food pantry. And we're actually, hopefully it's going to be a beautiful day outside. If it's not, we're going to pivot. But we're going to be doing a lot of different landscaping on the outside. We're also going to be receiving some food on the inside and doing some work in our thrift store as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. And there are also, within 5 football fields, is our main administration offices, our education classes, and our career center. So we might be doing some work over there as well. But it is a fun-filled day, and I think we're looking at different staggered shifts. So that's what happened 2 years ago, is that you guys basically, I think we actually cleared 100 Keller Williams agents that day, or representatives that day. And that's actually the most we've ever had on our premises.
Okay, so it's going to be May 9th on a Thursday. I think that's the date. And then it's also, thank you. Okay. I wanted to hide behind the table. And then it's also going to be actually one shift. So it's going to be from 10 to 12, and then we'll have lunch afterwards. Okay? And we're going to show you, I don't think right now. Can you do it now?
What do we?
Link for the QR code? Or do you
You'll be able to sign up for where you want to, how you want to participate, or if you just want to be from a donation standpoint. So there's something for everybody. If you can't actually be there on that day, we've got a great opportunity. And we're gonna also taking, I'll just say one more thing. We're also gonna take the backpack, and we're gonna be doing that in June to then be able to provide that for y'all in the fall.
Yeah, so this is the QR code. You can sign up right now. And then if you can't go to this on Red Day, you have an opportunity to touch all of your clients by emailing, texting, all the things, and asking them for clothing. You can go to their house and pick up clothing, and you can donate and bring it to the office. You can pick up food and donate to the office. So if you cannot actually go on this day and volunteer, there are plenty of ways for you to actually, by donating.
Yeah, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, definitely touch your database. That's what it, yes.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for
Yes.
Cameron? Yes. Yes, and we'll be providing that as well. Yes.
Yeah.
And with all your closings that you're going to have, any furniture, we always have clients that don't want to they don't want to deal with their last few things that they need to move. Bring it in. We'll take it.
Yeah.
So.
My neighborhood has a garage sale, and after the garage sale, I'm collecting a lot of the stuff so that I can bring it. So.
Good deal.
Yep.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you.
Any parting words?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your help.
Well, we'll see you in
Awesome.
May.
Thank you so much for coming in. Y'all, we're so fortunate to have amazing partners. We have one more question in the back. Michael, did you have a question?
Anyone?
All right. So, Cameron, thank you. And I'm going to ask you to stick around for 1 second. Now we're going to go ahead and pivot because our partners are incredible. We're going to bring up Campbell and Brandon. So, Amanda and Molly, ladies, come on down. And if you'll grab microphones, that would be great.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Only okay.
No, great.
Great. It's warm outside. It's a good day.
Yes, it's not raining.
Today we are talking about closing tips from your closers at Campbell and Brannon. Just a few reminders to help your closings go a little bit more smoothly, or stay smoothly if they're already running smooth. The first thing that we put on the list is amendments. We just wanted to remind you guys to make sure you're sending us all amendments, even if they don't apply to something that we are going to put on the closing disclosure. A lot of times lenders end up asking us for those copies of the amendments, and it can delay funding authorization. Also, a lot of times you guys may think the other party's sending the amendment because they're the one that drafted it, but we would rather get the same amendment 17 times than have to make a closing a change to the closing disclosure on closing day. Sometimes that even requires us sending a new closing disclosure to the lender, which can really throw off, the entire closing, make it last 2 hours when it should only be 1. And then, same for invoices. A lot of times we will need actual copies of the invoice that shows where to send it if we're sending it at closing. We do not like to be stuck with checks, trying to track down an address. So if you could just make sure that all the invoices you guys send us have the address of where we are paying those funds to. Is that it about invoices? Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Amanda.
Hey guys, how are you? I think this works. I am talking about commissions. So please turn in your commission agreements to us as soon as possible. Don't wait till the last minute. Turn in your pay at closes sooner rather than later. The last thing we like to do is get you at the table and we give you a check back to Keller Williams and you say, did I not give you a pay at close? And then we have to redo all the checks. So we all want to look good, right? We're all a team. We all want to play well together. We all want to look good and make your clients tell your clients that you are the best, right? So please, it's the same stuff. Just send it in multiple times. If you don't think you've sent it in, don't forget it, okay? Attendance. We like it when everyone shows up. It's a party, right? That's how we like it. However, if you have to have a mail away, let us know quickly. We don't really like to do buyer financing mail-aways. That's a lot of documents that have to get signed with a notary. The lender has to approve it. It has to come back. So let's try and work around that somehow. As you know, sellers can never e-sign, right? Because they have to come in and sign the limited warranty deed. We have to put that notary stamp on there, right? So sellers can't really e-sign right now, not until we get the remote notarization, which is nowhere in the future. So remember, sellers have to come in. Now, if it's a cash buyer, they can e-sign everything. They don't have to come in, but sellers still have to come in, okay? And then if you know your seller needs a POA, just tell us as soon as possible. We send out those seller information sheets, buyer information sheets. Just let us know. The more you communicate with us, the better we all look, right? So that's it on this. I would be remiss if we didn't tell you to email us at attorneys@cb.law. I'm pretty sure Lee would fire us if we did not tell you that.
You're doing great, ladies.
And with that, I know you have missed it. It is Dad
Dad
joke time.
jokes! Yes, they are back.
Why was the mortgage so clingy? Clingy.
Why was the mortgage so clingy, like stage 5 clinger?
It hated being alone.
Uh,
Have a good week.
Oh, thank you, Amanda and Molly. And now it's time for the dream team from Supreme. I'm so glad those are back. Let me tell you. Y'all, did you not miss those dad jokes? Because I did. Come on down. We've got Melissa, Phil, and Luke. We're so glad y'all could join us today. We're going to hand those down. Is it on?
Is it on?
Yeah,
It's on
there
now.
we go. Okay, hop on into my box and my Zoom peeps can
I'm
see
sorry.
you. Amazing.
6 feet, right?
It's right in there.
Thank you for the shout out this morning regarding our condo class. Y'all, it was really a great class. It's not a 3-hour course. It was 90 minutes. Lisa Spencer lives in the state of Florida, so she knows everything there is to know about condos. And there are a lot of changes right now with the condo market, particularly with Fannie Mae. Fannie Mae has changed the guidelines for the maximum deductibles for the condo association's master insurance policy. In turn, the condo association is looking for other policies in order to decrease their cost overall. Fannie Mae is turning down a lot of these properties. So if you have a condo, it's being hung up with a different lender, please let us know, because we do have an investor that will take those condos. It's not at a higher interest rate, it's normal market rate, but it's a different investor that we can sell those to if you have something in trouble with another lender. And in addition, if you just have an HOA, if you have the insurance policy for an HOA, send it over to me or to any of us. We'll send it to our condo department to have it reviewed, for either your listing or your buyers.
Awesome. Well, CPI came out today, and as Cameron kind of touched on, y'all saw it's been rising, and unfortunately it's not good. It came out 0.4, and we were expecting 0.3, so it's just constantly going up on us. So the Feds have not announced any rate cuts yet. But to segue to that, Luke has some good news.
I do, and is this on? Do we know? Yes? Okay, cool. I think it's also important to note that the Fed does have a dual mandate, so while CPI might be increasing, it'll be important to continue to monitor and review unemployment as well, because that might be the facet that ultimately reduces interest rates over time. The good news to share is that while an aggregate interest rate might not, the level that it's at might not be great, relatively speaking, it's going to depend on loan program and individual. So don't suggest to your buyer that they might have one particular interest rate, because it's going to depend on loan program and their specific characteristics. One that I think is important to mention is we're now dubbing it the Platinum Service. So I mentioned it previously, but if you have a buyer who's kind of in that higher caliber, 720 plus credit score, 350K or more loan amount, they're going to get a very better than market interest rate. So good to note going forward.
It is our special partner pricing for all you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate y'all doing business with us.
Love that. Thank you so much, y'all. We always talk about that, right? Who you work with matters. We're going to go ahead and pivot now. We're going to talk about the market. We like to look at this week by week. So again, I want you to take a look, and I want to hear from you. What stories are coming from the numbers? What do you see? What's that, Ayelet? A little bit more inventory. So we've gone from about 2.5 months to 2.85 months. Now, does that necessarily mean that, I guess, what does that tell us when we see that?
It's spring and people are getting ready to get their houses on the market.
Could it also mean that houses are staying on the market a little bit longer? Yeah, that might be a part of the story as well. What else do we notice from this? Michael Crew in the back.
Increase in buyer demand because the amount of closings with list price reduction, the days on market if they're reduced, and the days on market if they're not reduced are all decreasing. So
Yeah.
people are showing up to purchase whether they've been on the market or not.
100%. Y'all, buyer demand is still out there. So even if you look at your pipeline and you're going, my pipeline's not solid, here's the thing. The buyers are here. They have a need to buy, and that's what you're looking for. Who are the buyers that are 30, 60, 90 days out? They have to move. And I'll tell you right now, with school coming to a close in May, you've got a lot of people who are either saying, one, I want to go under contract before school is out, or two, the moment my kid gets out of school, I'm going to be able to focus on this and go figure out where we're going. So this is a really great opportunity, just like Michael has said, to tap into those buyers that are in the market. There was a survey that was released. It was a census-wide survey in March. And they actually took it it was towards the end of 2023. And they surveyed, I want to say, roughly 10,000 people. And about a quarter of that segment would be considered luxury. So anyone who was, if they took incomes, it was like $1 million or more. And so they had sort of different segments that they used. And we're going to go over some of the data that we have, because it's important for you to understand. And this is really just a precursor to what we talk about at Market Matters. So if you have not yet signed up for Market Matters, write this down. It is April 23rd. Networking is at 9:30. We're going to get going around 10. It's right here at City Springs Theater, okay? So Stephen has been sending out the information. We'll post it again in Mission Control. But y'all, this is important information for your clients, okay? Are you with me? Get the pens ready, get the notes ready, all the things. So there's 5 key takeaways from this survey that I want to bring to you, okay? The first one is that consumers are prioritizing affordability over location. So you know how we've always said location, location, location. Okay, well right now, just as we've been hearing about with CPI and with affordability, money's just more expensive. And right now, your consumers, your clients, are so much more focused on the price that they're willing to go a little bit further. They're willing to buy a home in not as great a condition. Are y'all feeling that at all? Yes? No? Talk to me. Yes, I'm seeing a...
They're settling into understanding that they can't find, a 350 move-in ready house in certain areas, right? And so it's taking them a while, but if they really want to buy a house, that's what their options are.
Yeah, and we're going to see that in the numbers from the first quarter. Did you have a thought, Rudiger?
Yeah, not so much the condition, because of the monthly payments and the closing costs, they don't have extra money do the
Right.
repairs and fixes. So I'm actually seeing more buyers who want to have a home that's move-in ready rather than one that needs a little bit of work.
That makes perfect sense. And I think it's interesting, though, that right now price is driving location versus it used to be location that did it. Yes, Ayala.
I think move-in ready is different to different people.
Absolutely. She
So-
said move-in ready can be different to different people.
So it depends on, like, move-in ready, if the property is livable and it's, something was done to it,
Yeah.
then that's okay. Not necessarily a seller has to go all out
Mm-hmm.
to replace the kitchen, replace master bathroom. Yes, it's still important, but it's not as important for somebody that says, you know what, I can do these repairs afterwards because I will pay much more money for something that was already renovated and I don't have that money anyways.
100%. Because those homes that are fully renovated are going to cost more, we do have a lot more clients who are saying, hey, I'm resourceful. My weekends can be my DIY to build or to paint or to fix, right? We're seeing that a lot more right now. The second point that came from the survey that you should know is that more than in the history, really, more people are actually changing locations. So they will move cities and states for a new home. So now when people are saying we're talking about affordability, they're actually saying where are some of the most affordable places to live in the country? And it's interesting because Atlanta and the South really have become one of the primary destinations for people to move to. Right? So when we see something like that, what do you start to think about? Yes, Diane. Referral partners. Y'all, you are part of the #1 referral network in real estate, which means it's time to figure out, if you haven't done this yet, who do you know in other states? Who can you partner with? Where can you get that business from? Because more and more, especially with new businesses coming in, Atlanta is a hub for so much. So if you don't have those referral partners, I would ask you to think about, what are my feeder networks? Where do we see people coming to Atlanta from? And who do I need to know in those markets? Does that make sense? Awesome. Okay, #3. Now, if you were here for team meeting about a month ago, Alice Lee came in and taught a master class on social media. Who was there for that one? Yeah, it was incredible. Would you agree? Yeah. Okay, so this is really interesting because more and more we are seeing social media come up in these surveys and come up in the data. And what they found is that 43% of the people surveyed said that their home purchase was influenced by social media. The type of home they purchased was influenced by social media. The style of home that they purchased was influenced by it. And so do we have to have social media to be able to do our business? No. But is it a big part of where our clients are going to and looking towards for advice, for information, for home understanding, for market understanding? Absolutely. And to find a realtor as well. You're absolutely correct, more than ever. And we talk about which platforms to be on, and so a lot of people after that class are like, I want a YouTube channel. This is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna create all these videos. It's gonna be awesome. Well, the data shows that the #1 source that people use, guess, what was it? Facebook, Instagram, it was TikTok. But now that was specifically for 18 to 24-year-olds. If you were, let's say, 45 or 50 plus, where do you think your #1 source was for information? Facebook. I love that. We all just aged ourselves a little bit. What'd you say, Corey? MySpace. Oh, man. Listen, me and Tom, we're like this, okay? He's in my top 5. So here's the thing, y'all. Figuring out which platforms you're using. Do you have to be everything on all of them? No. Who is your demographic? Who are you looking to target? Where is your audience? Meet them there. This is not me saying to you, hey, you need to go have this crazy social media platform and it needs to be everywhere. No, do what you do best. Do it on one platform and it will over time organically bring you business. Are you with me? Okay. The #4 point was that more so than ever, there is no one-size-fits-all dream home. And what that means is that in the past, there have been massive trends, right? Where people are moving towards this style of home or that style of home. And we just see maybe your ranch house is having its moment. But right now, more than ever, it's a non-factor. And so people, again, are being driven by price. So you know in your buyer consultation, you'd ask, if you could have 5 things in a house, what would it be? Back in the day, they could have like 8, right? Now we're telling them maybe they're going to get 2 out of their 5. At this point, them getting 5 out of 5 like wants isn't really what's driving them. It's just their basic needs. But the basic need is all centered around affordability. Does that make sense? Okay. And the last point that I want you to consider is this. Do not discount your vital role. Now more than ever, I'm going to say this again, more than ever, it is important that we are able to communicate our value and that we know our worth. Because here's the thing, y'all, you are not discount agents. Would you agree? Yes. Is anybody in here a discount agent? No. And this should be like a resounding no. You earn every dollar in these transactions. We know that you are studying the market, you are learning those contracts, you are the best possible advocate for your client. Yes? Yes. So are you going to go out and get your full commission earned? Yes. Yes. Yes, there are conversations, but remember, you are not a discount agent. Know your worth, know your value, and if you are struggling to be able to communicate that, come see us, because we're going to help you do it. As a family, are we going to help each other do that? Yes. Okay. So I want you to keep this in mind, and again, it doesn't mean that you go revamp your whole program right now, but these are just key things that will help you understand where the market is moving and where people are finding their information from. Is that helpful? Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to do a hard pivot because we've had a phenomenal start. We've learned about Red Day. We've heard from our culture committee. We're so excited to partner with CAC. We've talked a little bit about the market. And now we have something really, really fun. And I will tell you, y'all, I know you're going to hear this a lot, but we hands down have the best team here at First Atlanta. Our leadership team, bar none, is the best. Truly. And I will also tell you, we're very excited because our leadership team is growing. And so inside of the next 60 days or so, you're going to see some awesome new faces that we're going to introduce you to. But in the interim, our team is holding it down. And I've got to give a special shout out to Stephen Wright and to Kavleen Singh. Stephen, if you'll come on down. Yes.
So we're rolling out the marketing resource library. So in this, we built everything out in Canva, so it's easy for you to use.
Trade me.
And ready and immediately available. So we flip to the next slide.
Yes, and before we do that, really quickly, because I forgot to say this, our goal is to help you be competitive in this market. Not only are we going to help you get every dollar that you should be earning and teaching you and helping you learn how to communicate your value, but this is one of the ways, and this has been Stephen's baby now, and okay, I just got to let him do it. You go ahead, please, because it's second baby, yeah.
This is second.
Because we're so proud to roll this out to you, y'all. Go for it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm so excited.
It is. It is an awesome opportunity that we're constantly thinking of ways that how can we double down? You know, how is this to the ace of spades, the ace up your sleeve, and what makes you stronger in the market? So this piece is something that Kavli and I have been working hard on, just thinking through, hey, what can we do to build out? So this is a holistic, you have templates that are built out in Canva that you can use, you can jump in. Canva's free, there's a paid version that you can get as well, but for the most part, everything in here is free and accessible. So all you have to do is just jump into Canva and switch your photo out, switch your listing out. It has all your social assets, and it's a holistic piece. So you can send out the postcard mailer for, you know, if it's coming soon, you can send out a postcard for that. Then have all the follow-ups for every single touch for what you need right behind it for, you know, your postcard, social media, flyers. And then soon we'll be rolling out email campaigns that you'll have as a resource to use, listing slides, business cards, the list goes on.
Well, and I will tell you one of the things that we've heard, and we really took this to heart, which is if there was any one thing that we could do to help your business, right, to save you time, to save you money, what would it be? And far and away, this was the response that we got. We want marketing, right? And I will tell you transparently, when you look at other companies, one of the things that we do better, I believe, is that we are all entrepreneurs. And we don't need your branding to scream Keller Williams First Atlanta. We want your branding to be you. But we also know that your job is to be out in the field and generating leads, generating business. And so we want to be able to help take care of this for you so that you don't have the hassle. And that's a big part of what Steven's been doing.
For those of you who are trying to do it, I see the red screens. It's a lowercase password, right?
Yep.
All lowercase password, yep. If you want to go back and give
Yep.
them that initial
Yeah.
screen.
KWFA01 lowercase.
Yeah, so if you want to scan the QR code, we can do this now. The beauty of this, it was all designed in a Google Doc. So Cara and I were sitting down, and of course I wanted to build this perfect, this perfect interface that looked good and functioned well. But at the end of the day, it's like we just need these templates that we can roll with, that we can have access to and move fast with. So it's like, well, let's just throw it in a Google Doc where we have the links, and y'all can start working in this. We can start building this together, and it's meant to be something that we build together. So hearing your insights, hearing what's working, what's not working, what you want more of. Believe it or not, I do listen. My wife might disagree, but but yeah, no. Give Kathleen and I your feedback. What's working well, what you want more of. We want to build that for you.
Do y'all remember Facebook back in the day? Yeah, first let's do that, because yay. Do y'all remember Facebook back in the day? And you would sign up and you'd log in, and then like a week later you'd go back and log in and you'd be like, something's different. What's different? And then a week later you'd go back and something was different. And it's because every single day and every week they were making changes and improvements to the platform. It didn't interfere with how we used it, but it made our experience better over time. And sometimes it was like 6 months later and you're like, oh my gosh, this version is so much better. So as you go into this, you're going to see new rollouts coming, right? You're going to see email newsletters. You're going to see listing presentations, buyer presentations. And so understand that we're asking for your grace a little bit because we're still continuing to build this out. But like Steven said, use it. Don't kill me. Break it. Use it so much that we come back and we're like, okay, this is how we make it better. This is what they'd like to see. Or, hey, we forgot about this. Let's go ahead and add that in. Michael's sitting at the back. He's like, Cara, don't tell them to break it. Oh, my goodness. But that is just because we want to make sure that we are delivering the highest value to y'all.
So it is password protected. You can access this anytime going to marketing.kwcsprings.com. The password is just the Market Center number, right? KWFA01, all lowercase. That gives you access to it. Just on desktop, this is what it looks like. Obviously, it's a Google Doc. But yeah, everything's click to, jump to links. So the beauty of it is you click, you get whatever you need, whether it's your social media essentials or whether it's your postcards or whatever you need at the moment. You just click, you jump to it, and it's going to take you to the graphics. Then you just click in there, and then it takes you to Canva. We are working hand in hand to build this out in Command as well to have that as a resource. So we're working hand in hand with Command folk, to get that up and running as well. So,
But Steven,
if there's other assets like that you all know, like, hey, I don't have Canva, I'd rather use Command for my designs, just let me know. We are actively working to build those out. So.
But Steven, what if someone says, I really want to use this in Canva, but I don't know how to do it? Is there going to be a class on this or something?
Yeah, so every Tuesday we do have our marketing classes. So every Tuesday, join us at 11 a.m. We'll be walking through this on Zoom and in person in the Internet Cafe. So just hop on, join us. And it's really an open session to answer kind of any questions that you may have. But yeah, so next Tuesday, make sure to join for that. 11 a.m.
Tuesday, 11 a.m. in the Internet Cafe, and that's from 11 to 12. So come on in, ask questions, and then over time, if you want it more targeting, hey, Steven, how do we do this? And as we roll out new things, we might say, okay, the next training is going to be on the newsletter because the newsletter just rolled out. Come and join us for a newsletter workshop.
Yep.
Diane, did you have a question?
I was just going to say, for those people that don't
It is free. The only thing that you do need to look out for, if you're exporting higher res PDFs, I think you then have to use the paid version. But just let us know if that's a hurdle that you're coming across. We'll figure a solution for you. You know, if you don't want to pay that, we're building this as to be a holistic tool that the entire office can use, and it's accessible to everyone. It's not extra charges. Bless you. Yeah, that you don't have to pay. Yeah, and then it's
$12
a month to get the
for Canva. And I will tell you too, when this was originally built, our goal was always to put it into Command, right? So that you wouldn't have to go through Canva, you wouldn't have an additional monthly fee. And there are limitations to what you can do in Command. So Stephen has been working on the back end with essentially the creators of Command, if you will, to be able to figure out how we put that in there. But instead of waiting, because we don't know how long that's going to take, we just wanted to be able to roll it out to you immediately.
Yeah.
So we appreciate your grace too as we learn through this together.
So every day I get emails from agents from all over other companies with buyer needs and that kind of thing. Is there a way that we'll be able, I don't have any idea how to do that, to send out a buyer need to other companies.
Sure.
Is that something that can be done through that?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we can coach you through that, so you can build that in Command or whatever, MailChimp or whatever you're using. So we can coach you through how to do that, and then you can send it out as you need to.
And it sounds like we could use a class on that. So when we roll out the templates, we'll have a class, and so we can walk you through that. I will tell you as an agent, my main source has always been MailChimp, and I basically just insert the templates. And I actually take graphics from Canva to do it. And then it's going to take you, it depends. Your first round could take you an hour. Your second round could take you 15 minutes. What I'm going to say is focus on progress, not perfection in those emails. But that's absolutely something that we can train to and do it live demonstration workshop, and you can do it with us at the same time. Yeah, that's a great feedback for one of the trainings to have. Thank you.
And two, we are going to build out email templates that you can use as well. So that's the next phase as well. So we're looking to launch that in May. So that's right around the corner. But yeah, that way you can jump in and have the email campaigns for yourself as well, where we're doing the heavy lifting from the design standpoint. So you just look at it and you're like, hey, what's the address? How much is this property worth? Beds, baths. Let's get this out and sent to my database. And we do the design and the aesthetic, where you don't have to worry about that as much.
Awesome. Anything else we would want them to know about this launch?
The great part about Google Docs is it's accessible. Obviously, y'all are on your phones. You can use the scroller on the right-hand side to just quickly jump to wherever you need. So the goal with that is just to be on the go and able to get it wherever you need it, where you don't have to be sitting down at your computer either. Yeah, it's ready to go. I would like to bring up Kathleen, our graphic designer.
Come on down, Kathleen.
She was a huge help in behind the scenes, creating all these assets as well. So if you have any questions for us, this is the email. So it's just marketing@kwsandysprings.com. But that's we're your resource. So, any marketing related questions, obviously come, 11 o'clock on Tuesday and join us there. But, we're here as a resource for you. You have an in-house marketing team at your fingertips. So just ask us questions anytime. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Cheryl. She said on the Zoom that Canva paid yearly is $119. So if you want to save some bucks, you can pay it upfront for 1 year.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's give them a ton of love, y'all. We appreciate you so much, y'all. They have given literally blood, sweat, and probably tears. I just haven't seen them. And again, thank you so much for helping our agents be competitive in the market. So never again do you have to say, oh my gosh, I got to go create that template, or oh, I don't know what to put in my social media post, or oh, what does that store need to look like? We've got you covered. Was this helpful? Yes. Did we have a lot of awesome content and information today? Yes. Okay, in case you missed it, there's one more shot of the QR code. Again, we want to thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you investing your time with us every week. And before you go, make sure you grab some food. ALC, I will see you at 1 o'clock. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, Shannon Parkerson with the Culture Committee. Yes.
It's not literally, it's a mile and a half from here. It's a Vietnamese restaurant by the Target Shopping Center, Roswell Road. So we'd love to see y'all at 11:30. Come and try, let me know so I can make sure we have enough tables.
Love that. So Friday at Culture and Cuisine at 11 o'clock and 11:30, my apologies. And y'all, it's a lot of fun. I'm always bummed when I can't make it. It's awesome. One more shout out too. Tomorrow is the McMichael and Gray event with Jason Abrams. Okay. Fun fact, if you're in the top 20%, you have a special email from me. Go looking for it or come find me because there is a unique opportunity in there. But we would love for you to join us. It's not every day that we get Jason Abrams in town. It's probably maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So I hope to see all of you tomorrow. If you've got any questions, you come and let me know. And again, thank you so much. We love having you as part of our family. Have a good day, everybody. ALC, we will see you back in the room at 5